Hey guys, it's me Victoria, and I decided I wanted to start making videos on my channel again. So today's video is going to be about 8, hopefully, blind spots, like the top 8 blind spots that I see men falling into. Okay, I've already made a video about the top female blind spots, and now I'm going to start going over some of the top male blind spots I see that are really holding guys back. So let's get into that. Okay, so the first blind spot of men that I see so frequently on my channel is the blind spot of male sexuality versus female sexuality. In other words, not understanding the difference between male sexuality and female sexuality. This trips guys up so much because they assume that male sexuality, or what they like and prefer sexually, is the same thing that women like and prefer sexually. So this can come up in so many ways, like them overestimating the importance of dick size and getting very worried and fearful that women are rejecting them for that, or that they're not going to measure up in that department. Um, Another way this is because they are really focused on body parts. They think women are focusing on body parts too. So because they would love to see a picture of like a woman's boobs, men think, of course she'd like to see a picture of my dick, and they'll send a dick pic. Okay. Another thing is they'll assume that women are just as eager for casual, spontaneous sex as they are. And so that can take things down a very wrong path on like dating apps. Um, what else? Another thing, just during sex, you think that PIV, penetration, is going to be just as pleasurable for her as it is for you, instead of focusing on the clit and other female gaze things that women like sexual, like foreplay, the runway. I made a video about that, and just focusing on female gaze kinks rather than male kinks. So check yourself if you have this blind spot, and if you do, watch my channel, learn more about female sexuality. All right, so the second blind spot I see in men a lot on my channel is the blind spot about the hypermasculinity bias. Okay, so what this looks like is not understanding that women have a hypermasculinity bias, which is that they project a hypermasculine fantasy onto men, even those men who don't have any of those hypermasculine traits at all. So, why this comes up as a blind spot for men, though, is that they assume that women can see their insecurity. Women can tell they don't have options. Women know that you feel like you can't offer them anything. Women know that you're feeling like a loser. Women know you're scared of rejection. Like, they don't, okay? They're not mind readers. They can read kind of like mild signals of nervousness, but they don't know what that means. Often they interpret that as he's not attracted to me. Okay, they don't know the extent of male insecurities. Okay, so use that in your favor. You know, don't tell them, let them assume. Okay, it's working in your favor. So, another thing where this can come up is like men thinking that women can know how much sexual experience they've had and that they're going to know that they're not going to bed. No, they're not going to know just by sleeping with you how many sexual partners you had. In fact, they probably assume it's a lot more than that because they kind of project this hypermasculinity bias where they assume that men are kind of like hypersexual and have lots of options. And trust me, you're going to see this so much once you start noticing it, that women assume men have all the options. Men are in control. It's actually the opposite, but they assume that men are the one with all the options because they project what a small percentage of men have, these, top 5% of guys who do have options, onto all men. So use that in your favor, even if you're nervous, insecure, and feel like a loser. Okay. The next blind spot I see men have so frequently is the blind spot of the black pill. Basically, they haven't taken the black pill, and they still believe things like, I should just be myself. That's all it takes. When you're yourself, you exude kind of like all the confidence you need. Women are just attracted to confidence, and they neglect that just like men are shallow, women are shallow too, even though they don't like to admit it, okay? Many women have a blind spot there themselves. So they're not admitting how important looks are to them, but they are important, okay? And the thing that will give you the biggest bang for your buck is working on your looks. Because even if you don't understand anything about how women think, what women want, and you just have all these typical male assumptions about women, like, women are crazy, bro, I don't understand them at all, yet you're good looking, you will still do well. Okay. So while you work on understanding women, which is what I try to teach you guys on my channel, work on your looks, and please know that there's a lot you can do to improve your looks. Um, just like women have been looks maxing for, you know, many millennia, probably. Men are now starting to catch on, and there's a lot of stuff you guys can do. Like you can wear hair pieces, you can analyze what facial hair looks good on you, you can wear contacts, you can do skincare, you can work out at the gym, you can get into style, you can if you already have hair, get a very good haircut. So there's a lot of stuff you guys can do. So don't give up and don't think it's hopeless. So the next blind spot I see guys falling into a lot on my channel is basically thinking that relationships shouldn't take effort. That basically they believe that a relationship should be just like a male friendship with sex. Okay? Where you don't really have to put that much effort into it. You can just kind of like like you see each other in the house, and it's not going to take a lot of emotional support or attention or investment or taking them on dates. And like this can come up a lot, for example, on reality dating shows. I see it a lot where men will look at a woman and they'll think, oh, she's so strong and confident and happy, so if I get into a relationship with her, it's probably going to go super well. She's probably not going to need a lot of emotional investment, emotional support. She could take care of herself. She's so strong, independent, put together, happy. So she's going to be good. Wrong. Big blind spot. And it can lead you astray in many ways. Like you can start saying things to women like, oh, I just love how like strong and independent you are. And the woman is thinking, bro, what? Like, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I like to hear. You don't get it. So this can come up in a lot of different ways, as well as just once you're in a relationship that you want to be in, you can kill that relationship by not understanding this and by thinking, what's the problem, bro? Like, yeah. So that brings me to my next blind spot, which is really important for guys to understand, I think, which is the um, entitlement blind spot. Okay. Which is a lot of guys, they have a blind spot because they're thinking, you know, this is a hard one, guys, but it's like, why are women so entitled? Why does she never appreciate what I do for her? Why is she never grateful? Why does she never say thank you? Well, the truth is that because women project this hypermasculinity bias onto you, they think your role as a man is kind of this protector and provider who gives them stuff, as well as the fact that um, women, like female friendships, okay, just naturally their baseline takes so much more investment, so much more communication, so much more attention. So when you're in a relationship with a woman is just thinking that you should um, naturally be giving her a lot of emotional support, a lot of attention, and a lot of investment. Okay. So because she thinks that's your natural role and she doesn't realize that it's actually a sacrifice for you and that you're going against your natural instincts to just have like your like act like how you would act with a male friend, and you're actually doing like double or triple the work to interact with a woman. But because she kind of just assumes that should be your baseline, she's not going to be grateful, okay, because she kind of assumes, well, that's his role as a man. That's what he should be doing. So why am I going to be grateful for something like that? So this blind spot is just understanding that women actually are entitled in this way, and they don't realize they're being entitled because they don't realize what it's taking for you to be the man they're expecting you to be. Do you get that one? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Now I'm kind of keeping these short, but I did a live the other day where I go into these in a lot more detail. So if you want more detail, watch that. Okay, and I'll link that live down below, and I give you guys a quiz to see which one of these which one of these blind spots you're falling into. All right, so the next blind spot I'm going to talk about is the green light fallacy blind spot. This is one of the most common blind spots I see on my channel, guys. So this blind spot is where you guys think, I need a sign, a signal, choosing signals from her to make a move. Okay. And this holds you guys back in so many ways. Most of all, because women would never in a million years think this is how you guys are thinking. To them, it does not seem masculine at all. Okay. The number one female motto, which you'll hear girls talking to themselves, and every girl kind of understands when every other girl says this, is if he wanted to, he would. Okay, and what that means is basically a real man wouldn't let anything stop him from going after what he wants. So basically, while you guys are looking for the green lights and for women to act like super, like, here I am, I'm ready, I'm open, and I'm willing to have sex. Women are saying, even if I gave him nothing, if he was a real man and he wanted me, he liked me, he would come up to me. I don't need to give him anything because men go after what they want. This is how women think about what men are thinking, okay? And he would chase me and he would pursue me. So they don't feel the need to give choosing signals because this is their attitude. They want to be pursued, they want to be chased. So if you guys are looking for green lights and using the green light as an excuse for, oh, she didn't give me a sign, so if I talk to her, I'll get thrown in jail, or I'll get sued for assault or something like that, and then thrown in jail. Like, you're just gonna be stalled in place forever. You guys need to look for red lights. This is what my boyfriend said on the live yesterday. You guys need to look for red lights, not green lights. If she's giving you a sign, back off, okay? But if she's not giving you a green light, look within, ask yourself if you want to talk to her, and then go talk to her. Stop looking for the choosing signals. Okay. And finally, the last blind spot I'm going to talk about is the emotional beings fallacy. Okay. This is a really bad one that most men, sadly, still fall into. Okay. And this is the idea that women are like inside their brain, it's just like a tangled mass of like hormones and emotions. Okay. They don't have logic. Men have logic, women are emotional. Okay. It's false, guys. From the female perspective, everything we do seems simple, logical, and trust me, there are reasons. Okay. So I was talking about this on the live last night, but it's like, you know, men like breasts. Okay. Why? They can't really explain it. Okay. It's like they just do. Well, in the same way, women like strong alpha confident dominant guys who look good and look like models. Okay. Why? Because it's kind of like an evolutionary program. All right. In the same way, breast is probably an evolutionary program for you guys. So my point is, stop with, these excuses. Understand that you're going to have to search for deeper reasons than female nature, emotions, emotional beings. Okay. There is logic, there is reason, but you're really going to have to step outside the male gaze, step outside the way you're thinking about things and what you want and what you desire, and start really searching and looking into what women want, what women desire, and why. Okay. And not everybody is going to be able to tell you those deeper reasons, but don't just use this red pill feel good cop out that men are like intelligent, robotic, logical beings, and women are just like free flowing emotional messages with emotional beings with no rhyme or reason behind what they do. It's a lie. It's false. And if you really want to understand women, which I hope the guys on my channel do, look deeper. There is logic, there is reason, and trust me, all women understand each other because it all makes sense to us. Okay? It's very simple, it's very clear. But you guys need to look beyond. They're emotional beings, they're driven by emotions, and that's all there is to it, guys. Throw your hands up and call them crazy. So anyway, I tried to go through this really fast so I could keep this video pretty short, but I just wanted to give you guys 8 blind spots, and trust me, I got a whole lot more. Okay, I got up to 20 blind spots, but I just wanted to keep it short and do 8. So like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and comment below what you thought, and if you know of any other male blind spots that you know of or want me to cover. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.